In this video, I'm going to talk about the Green Card lottery, what it's about, what's going to happen to it, and what you need to know now. So stay tuned, and let's see you on the other side. So in this video, we'll talk about the Electronic Diversity Visa Program, also known as the Green Card Lottery. But before that, I ask you to subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified of new videos. If you're new to our channel, I try to bring every week new videos about different topics in immigration based on your suggestions, based on your emails, comments and texts. And also follow me on Instagram, because we're on Instagram as well. We love this platform and we want to connect with you whatever we can. So let's dive in. We are in October right now, and the visa lottery opened October 2nd. So let's talk about what is the diversity visa lottery program and what you need to know. So first things first, this is a program that started in the early 90s by the Immigration Act of 1990, and the idea was to create a diversity of immigrants in the United States, because they realized that there are too many immigrants that come from certain countries, and they wanted to create more of a diversity in the United States culturally, and so people can be able to come here from countries that typically don't have a chance, either because it's financially impossible or for other reasons because of visa restrictions. So they've created this program. Every year 50,000 visas are issued to random people that apply for this program online. It used to be a paper application. In the past several years, it's an online, it's on the State Department website, and we can link that also in the video, so you know. And it opens October 2nd, and it closes on November 5th, so now is the perfect timing to do so. Now, there's been a lot of talk about canceling this program. This is not going to be forever. It's been around for so many years. Several bills that were introduced, and talking about eliminating this program and using those visas for something else. But as of today, as of now, this program is active, it's available, it's still going on, and so again, it's available right now. We don't know what's going to happen next year. It's not going to affect any other visa. If you apply for an H-1B or an E-2 visa, applying for the lottery is not going to hurt your visa application, any visa application. So who is eligible? So first of all, you have to be born in a country. You have to be actually born, not be a citizen, but actually born in a country that is on the list. So if you go on the website of the State Department, on the lottery website, you will see a list of countries that are eligible. You will also see a list of countries that are excluded from the lottery, like Mexico, India, UK. So if you're born in one of those countries, you're not eligible to apply. But if your country is not on the restricted list, then you're able to apply. But what do you do if your country is excluded? What do you do? So there are two things you can do, two ways you can still qualify. First of all, if you're married to a person that was born in one of the countries that is not excluded. So let's say if you're a citizen of Mexico, which is not on the list, but you're married to a person from Germany, then you can apply, because your wife is going to be a principal applicant, and you'll be able to get it because you're married to her. Another option is that if your parents are not residents of the country you were born, so let's say your parents are German and French, but then they lived in Mexico while you were born in Mexico. So you can still apply under your parents' nationality in some cases. So that's one way how you qualify. The other thing is you have to have certain education. So either you have at least a high school diploma, or you have to have 2 years experience in the past 5 years in an occupation that requires 2 years experience under the U.S. Department of Labor criteria. And again, there's a website under the U.S. Department of Labor that states which occupations require at least 2 years of experience, and therefore if you meet those requirements, you'll be able to do so. So again, either through a spouse or through a parent, or through education, right? You have to have those requirements before you can apply, because if you're not eligible, this application will be denied at some point. How do you apply? You go on the website of the Department of State. Again, we'll link that website. It's a simple application form. You don't have to pay anybody. There's a lot of websites out there that charge fees. You don't need to do this anymore. There's a website for free. offered by the State Department. You can only apply once, so you cannot do multiple applications for one person. You'll be disqualified. You complete the application, you put the country of eligibility, which is the country you were born, the country of birth, or the country of eligibility, if you qualify based on the things that I mentioned before, and a few other questions about education and things like that. And it's not a complicated application. And you complete that, you submit it, and you're going to get a case number. That case number, because on May of that year when you apply, of the following year, so right now we're in October, in May of next year they will announce the winners, and if they look at your number to see if you have one of the winners, and if you are, you'll be able to proceed to the next step, which is applying for your immigrant visa. Now remember, once you get notified that you won, you have to act really fast, because you have to look at the visa bulletin and see if your number, the visa bulletin is going to state a number that qualifies. Any number under that qualifies to continue and file for the Green Card lottery, and you have to be very quick to do so, because remember, the fiscal year starts on October 1st of the year after you apply. You can apply if you're selected 90 days before to make sure that your application is in, because otherwise if you miss that, even if you won, you're not going to be able to qualify. So again, to explain that, you get selected, you get a number, then you check on the visa bulletin to see if your number is below the number they have on the visa bulletin. That means that you're eligible. Then you go ahead and file a certain form that will get you in the system, so you can continue the process. You have to do so before October 1st of the fiscal year when you apply. You can do it like 90 days before. And again, then it depends if you're in the US or abroad. Most people who apply for the Green Card lottery are not in the US, so they're going to have to complete form DS-260 and finish their Green Card application at the US Embassy in their home country. Very few people who are here on work visas, on student visas, or any other legal status may proceed and file their adjustment of status. And again, it's important to do it fast before the visa numbers run out. Okay, so I know it was a I know it was a quick overview of a process that is quite confusing. So the application itself is simple, and again, I want to kind of summarize what I said. You have to qualify based on country of birth, or you can be eligible based on a spouse or a parent. You must have the education requirements, like I mentioned before. Once you know you qualify, you apply with on an online form, diversity visa, electronic diversity visa website, which we'll link below. You do so between October 2nd and November 5th. And then you wait, and then in May of the following year, they'll notify the winners. And if you won, you have to immediately proceed and file a further application. You have to do so before October 1st of that fiscal year. You can do so a few months before to make sure, because you have to act fast, because those numbers will run out as well, even if you're selected. And then if you're in the US, you do adjustment of status. If you're in the home country, you do a consular processing, apply for the visa, for the green card, for the immigrant visa at the US Embassy abroad, and then you get your immigrant visa, you come to the United States, and you get your green card. If you're in the United States, you can apply for an adjustment of status and get your green card in the United States. So hopefully this overview was helpful. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Give us a like, share this video with somebody that may be interested or may need this information, and we'll see you in our next video.